You know you got a baby. You know you got a girl. You do a good job. Cause you're a hot
Mackenzie's
mom.
here with Indy Hot Moms, and I know she has the one child. I've got on my third. I make it sound like there's going to be more. I'm done. I've been told I'm done. So I've had my experiences with car seats, and you think you know what you're doing. You have the best of intentions, but there's a lot more to it and a lot to consider. You're learning that,
It can be totally frustrating, and this is a scary stat. 4 to 5 car seats are actually installed improperly, which is really scary when you think about it on the road. So we are joined by the expert. Yes, I did. Captain Henderson of IFD is going to show us the proper way to install your child's car
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much. One of the things that I like to always point out is that you want to make sure that you have the owner's manual to the vehicle, which will let you know what type of systems that you have in your vehicle, and it can also let you know where you can put the car seat. If you want to use...
I remember switching a vehicle, my first child, and then we'd had it in the seat in for months and didn't realize that the manufacturer had a special latch that made it safer and more secure and smarter. And
it's vital to look.
Absolutely. And your seat does have that. This is called our latch system, and it has lower anchor systems, and it also has a top tether.
Okay.
You can use this, or you can use the seat belt.
Okay, so where do we start?
We first start by using both of the manuals first, and making sure that we have all the information. So then once we have the information, we want to make sure that we have the seat and that it's sitting in the proper position for the child, whether it's rear facing or forward facing. And in your case, it's going to be forward facing.
Okay.
So once we know the proper position, we want it to have it sitting straight up for forward facing. And then we want to go ahead and attach the lower anchors to the seat. So I'll attach it on one side. And then if you can see this here, this is one of the bars, and we will attach the second to this one on the other side.
Now, is it true that kids should be in a car seat till age 4 or 40 pounds, and then the booster up until age of 8 or 80 pounds?
Well, actually, the law states till their 8th birthday now.
8th birthday,
Right, and there's no weight associated with that.
No weight,
But it is till their 8th birthday.
Okay.
However, best practices is that until they're able to sit in a regular seat belt, which is 4'9" and about 80 to 90 pounds.
With that hitting him, that shoulder strap hitting him in the right spot.
Then they still need to. So a lot of times kids that might be 12 years old. In a booster. So
size matters.
Yes, it does. Size and weight definitely matters. So once you've chosen the right seat, then you want to go ahead and install the seat. You want to make sure that when you move the seat, it doesn't move more than an inch. And in order to do that, you need to put weight on the seat. And before I do that, on your seat, because you have the leather seats, you've done one of the things that's really good to have.
Mom has the leather.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you can afford it, it's easier to clean up the spills.
Yes.
That will come.
Yeah, that is very true.
Cloth absorbs.
I was sweeping out Cheerios and Fruit Loops while we were getting ready here.
This is wonderful to use underneath your seat to help prevent
keep it
from sliding.
Okay.
So I wanted to pull this out just to show you what that looked like.
Okay.
It's very nice to have, and it helps to cut down on that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to push the seat, make sure it's sitting straight back, and I'm going to make sure that I can put some weight in the seat, and then I'm going to tighten it.
Okay. Get up on it. Don't be afraid.
Crank on that thing. Yeah, there you go.
So I can get in it.
And the knee is key. I always see people doing it with
Absolutely.
The knee.
And a lot of times you don't have to put the knee in there, but if you do need to add extra weight, it's fine to go ahead and put your knee on there.
Okay.
And so when you do that,
you
want to make sure that it doesn't move more than an inch.
More than an inch.
Absolutely. And then you can't pull it away from the back of the seat more than an inch.
Okay. What are the most common mistakes people make when trying to do this?
The most common is that they don't get it tight enough. And a lot of times that's just because they don't put the weight on the seat. You want to be able to compress the cushion of the seat, tighten the seat down, and when it releases, that's what holds it in place.
Okay.
The other thing that you want to make sure of is that you attach the top anchor, the top tether, and this is where your owner's manual comes into becomes handy.
Okay.
Sometimes it will say over the headrest, but sometimes it will say under the headrest.
You got to read it with as many manufacturers of vehicles and as many manufacturers of seats. you got to get those two things to jive, right?
Absolutely. And you want to use all three.
Okay.
So when you're using latch, you want to be able to use all three, especially if it says it in your manual.
And if people are lost, can they just go ahead and call their local fire station, or who should they call?
They can call their local fire station. If they don't have a program, they should be able to direct them. They can always call 1-800-KIDS-IN-CAR,
nice.
and they will direct them to the nearest location where they can get a free car seat check.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
So we can always do that.
And if you have if you're about to have a baby and you just purchased one, practice, right?
Absolutely.
The day you're going to the hospital is not the time to figure that out.
Did you learn the hard way?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. And they won't let you go home unless it's been right. And we're going to put that information on our website. Thank you so much.
Good
job with the knee.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. And more info at IndyHotMoms.com.
Of course. You're cold. You should go inside. Here, use that heat. Andy's in the kitchen. She didn't come outside for this segment. You warming up with Chef Wendell?
That's right. We are talking about the most nutritious bean out there. What is it? Well, we're going to tell you coming up right after the break.